everybody, this is Chloe at Happy, Healthy, and Homegrown. Today I want to give you a quick download on EMFs, electromagnetic radiation, what they are and how they affect us a little bit. I'm not going to talk about how they affect us really. I'm also going to talk about some of the ways to detox them from your body and some of the ways to reduce your exposure to EMFs. So check this out. EMFs are something that is more of a modern phenomenon. It's the radiation and the energy that's released from all types of motorized things, as well as internet, Wi-Fi, cell phone radiation. So everything that has an engine in it or is electronic or is part of communications is pretty much emitting EMFs. Some of the other things that emit EMFs that are really important for you to know is smart meters. So if you live in an apartment complex especially, there could be multiple smart meters below your house or near your house, which can, if there's a whole bunch of them together, you can be getting really high exposure of EMFs. Another thing is living near power lines. That increases your exposure of EMFs. Another thing is having bad wiring in your home. Older non-upgraded electricity gives off more dirty electricity, and there's dozens of other things really, but I think the biggest one I want to address is cell phones, because cell phones have one of the highest EMF readings, and every cell phone's a little different, but I have an EMF reader and you can buy those. They're a little bit pricey for a good one. I have one that has 3 different types of EMFs that it picks up, and by far my cell phone gives off the highest EMFs of anything in my house. You should put your cell phone on airplane mode as much as possible, especially if you're going to put it on your person. Keep it on your body. If you're putting it in your purse, don't hold that purse right next to you, or if you're putting it, try to carry a bag with you that you can keep your phone inside, so you can, if you're shopping, put your bag in your grocery cart. If you're driving, put it on the seat next to you. I know it's easier to lose your cell phone when it's not in your pocket, but it's easier to lose your health if it is in your pocket. So keep the cell phone out of your pocket. I will say this, that I don't think they want full disclosure of the amount of EMFs coming off of our cell phones, because it's a really big business and they make a lot of money, and we're all so attached to our cell phones that it's hard to give them up. So as a compromise, turn your phone to airplane mode as much as possible, and if you're using your phone at your house, turn it to airplane mode and then click the internet button so you can use internet. Another thing to think about is children should not be having cell phones or iPads on their lap ever. If you're going to let your kid play with an iPad, put a pillow on their lap so it creates at least a good 2 to 4 inch cushion between their body, and don't let them keep it right up next to their stomach or chest, because it shouldn't actually ever be touching their body. Ideally you want it pushed back a few inches from their body, or if they sit it at a table, that's even better, because then it's up off their lap and it's pushed back. Your phone is constantly pinging your network, especially if you're using data, and even if you're just using Wi-Fi, if it's on data mode or cellular mode, it's always dinging the network, and that's putting out big signals or shoots of EMFs. Same with smart meters, they're constantly putting out signals, so don't have your bedroom right next to where your smart meter is. If you have a smart meter right outside your bedroom, which usually they aren't, then sleep on the other side of the house in your living room or something. But usually they're kind of, if you have a normal house that's not an apartment, they're kind of on the outside of the garage area, so they're a little bit further away. Another good thing to do is turn your Wi-Fi off when you go to bed at night, because when you're sleeping at night is when your body is resting and healing and rejuvenating, so that's a really good time to turn off your Wi-Fi. So one easy way to do that is to get like one of those Christmas tree timers that turns off your Christmas lights on certain hours and turns them on certain hours. Then you could always schedule it for the hours that you normally sleep, and then it turns back on in the morning without you thinking about it. So what you do is, instead of plugging your Christmas tree, your Wi-Fi straight into the wall, you plug it into that timer and then the timer into the wall. So what happens if you've been using a cell phone for years and years and you become kind of sensitive to it? Like me, I dated long distance my husband 16 years ago, 17 years ago, and we talked on the phone for hours every day on our cell phone. And then all my family was long distance, so I talked on my cell phone all the time to them. So now, after 17 years of using a cell phone, if I hold it in my hand for an hour, just using text and pictures and different things with the data on, I will definitely start to feel it in my ear. And if I talk on the phone, I always put it on speaker and hold it away from me, but I'm still kind of sensitive to those EMFs, is I actually get a really terrible burning pain in my ear. So if I do start to notice that burning in my ear, there's a couple things I can do to flush that radiation out of my body. These are my remedies for EMF radiation in the body. The first one is this stuff. It's like a clay from the earth, and it kind of captures radiation within your body, flushes it out through your bloodstream by drinking a lot of water. So if my ear is burning or bothering me, I will use that, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of it, mixed into water and drink it. It doesn't really have much taste. And like it says, it's a daily detox. You can look that up online somewhere, and I'll put it in the notes. Another important thing is any kind of krill oil. Krill oil has a lot of xanthan, I think is how you say it, xanthan. It's an antioxidant that's really powerful. It's found in krill oil, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, so it will actually go into your brain and heal your brain from the radiation effects. It also is good for your heart, your joints, and a bunch of other things, but only from krill oil can you get the xanthan, and I think salmon, possibly. Another thing is Frankincense Essential Oil is a really good oil to neutralize radiation in my body. I'll put some around my ear, I'll put some on the back of my neck, or you can put it on the bottom of your feet, or you can put it in your tongue and push it against the roof of your mouth. So there's lots of ways to take frankincense. Frankincense is really good for detoxing EMFs. Also, cilantro and parsley are amazing for detoxing radiation and heavy metals out of the body. Get organic bunch of cilantro and a bunch of parsley. Take about half the bunch of parsley and the whole bunch of cilantro. You can take some of the stalky parts out of it and then put it in a blender, puree it with some apple juice and water, and drink it. And that's amazing for just flushing all kinds of stuff out of your body. Don't do it if you're pregnant. Cilantro and parsley are not really recommended, especially in the first trimester. So yeah, try that. Another good thing is to have something that neutralizes EMFs on your phone. So here's a really good one. It's just a little sticker that has electronics in it that can neutralize EMFs in your phone. And you Google to find out where the antenna is on your phone, and then you just put the little sticker on underneath your phone case. So check this one out. Highly recommend that one. Or else to put a quarter in the case of your phone if you don't have access to get one of these or the money yet. You could just stick a quarter in your phone case, and that will also help to reduce the EMFs, although this one's, way better. And if you're pregnant, keep the cell phone, laptop as far away from you as possible, as much as possible. Believe me, you don't want that anywhere near your body, especially during the developmental phase, first trimester, and the whole pregnancy. There's been studies that have shown that the radiation from a microwave standing in front of a microwave will kill a newly conceived fetus. And if just the radiation from a microwave can do that, can kill a newly conceived baby, then probably not a good idea to have the radiation from your cell phone next to your uterus either. And here's another thing about kids and screen time. What I've noticed with kids and TV and laptops and iPads and phones is as soon as they have it once, they start begging for it. And with any addiction, stopping that habit, because you're the parent, you could do that, you'll have a little whining at first as they withdraw from it, and then they're fine. They don't even ask for it, they don't even think about it. And then get out in fresh air as much as possible. Opening your windows and getting fresh air into your house is a really good idea. Being around trees, ocean, water, nature, any kind of thing like that, those ions get energetically charged, they get negatively charged, and when they touch your body they give you energy, or they release a negative charge on your body which energizes you, whereas being around a lot of motors, buildings, indoors, Wi-Fi, cell phone towers are more of a have a positive charge which exhausts your body. So be out in nature as much as possible, fresh air as much as possible, and then try to make a habit of finding other things to do with your life besides look at your cell phone if you can. And for those who want to go really gung-ho on this, there's a ton of stuff you can research, but you can actually use an Ethernet cord for your Wi-Fi straight into your computer so you don't have to broadcast it. You can get a landline for your phone. That's a little safer way to do it. But if you're like me and your phone is your computer, your camera, everything, your lifeline, sadly, just try to keep it on airplane mode and try to find other things to do besides look at it. Another good thing is just vitamin C from a whole food source. Almost all vitamin C's are not from a whole food source. They're just derivative of GMO corn. So look for a vitamin C that comes from whole foods, like ACEROLA. Vitamin C is always something you should take every day. That's just a good thing that helps neutralize a lot of things in your body that are negative. So, and the other thing is just keeping your heart, mind at peace, because stress is one of the most unhealthy things for your body. So peace, thankfulness, and hopefulness, positive expectations, and just knowing that you're loved is really important. So just know that your Creator loves you, that He has good things for you, and that you're important, and that there's good plans for you. And just believe that, and good things will start to happen for you. And also with your health, just believe for good things for your body. That's really important too, to have a good mindset. Don't be afraid, don't be fearful, don't think it's the end. Just use good judgment and take good care of yourself and your family. And if you've used a lot of laptops, cell phones with you, your kids, don't get worried and frustrated about it. Just do a little bit of these kind of things to flush it out, and do it at least once a week, maybe every day if you have the time. Another thing is you should always check which school your kid is going to, because a lot of cell phone towers are going up on school campuses now because they're public property. The state or the city is making money by putting cell phone towers. So the high school down the street here has 3 cell phone towers on their campus. Do you want your kids sitting under a cell phone tower all day? No. So don't let your kids go to school in one of those schools that have a cell phone tower on the property. It's just not a good idea. I don't know why they do that. It's a tragedy, honestly. And there's a lot of places, public parks. I noticed a park we play at a lot, right next to the playground, is 3 huge cell phone towers. So we started going to a different park, and it has 1 cell phone tower, but it's further away from the playground instead of 3. So be aware around you. A lot of them are disguised like palm trees, pine trees, or else they're just cell phone towers, and they have these kind of like long rectangular things all the way around them. Usually that's what they look like. So don't camp out under cell phone towers and power lines, and turn your Wi-Fi off at night. Turn your phone to airplane mode and do a little detoxing and give thanks for your life, and get outdoors and love your family and take a little break from the screens. And that's a good way to live a lower EMF life. And that's the end for today. Thank you for watching, and this is Chloe, and I wish you really good health.